Hello everyone, this is Jyoti Saxena, Assistant Professor Management, and I'm feeling very happy, privileged and blessed as I got this opportunity to record my video from our esteemed college site, that is High Tech College of Engineering and Management. So let's start with the topic talent management. So today I'll be telling you about the principles of talent management. These are the 6 principles of talent management. So first, before going to this talent management topic, we have to know about the management. Actually, what is management? Some of the people says like management is science. Some of them says management is an art. But we should know that management is both science and art. Why management is science? Management is science because management depends on some logics, some principles. And what are these logics and principles? Principles, whatever we deal with management, that may be some theories, that may be some practical applications of the principles, and among these some of the principles are talent management, which deals with performance management, compensation and rewards, talent review, recruitment and selection, then is training and development. So this whole is termed as talent management wheel, which includes of management practices. These, whatever I have told you just now, performance management, compensation and rewards, talent review, recruitment, training and development, these are the management practices which integrates with guiding principles of the management. And what are these guiding principles of the management? These are internal consistency, involvement, employer branding through differentiation, balancing global and local issues, cultural embeddedness, and alignment with the strategy. So these all together completes our talent management wheel. Now, what is talent? See, talent is actually to find out the ideas or the solution of a problem. So before finding any solution, we have to identify about the problem, what actually is the problem and how we will deal with this problem. That is talent. So to retain talent in any organization, in any company, employers find out the branded employees, how they do employee branding, how do they differentiate their employees, talented employees who can work for them, who can give maximum output of theirs to increase the profitability of the organization. So everything depends on the employees. Now, what talent management, as I have told you, this whole wheel considers about the performance management. So here we start with the performance management, and this performance management when integrates with the integral consistency. Integral consistency means integral ideas of the organization. What are the ideas behind which an organization is working, that integrates with the performance management of the employee, and then the employer as well as we can say the organization, both of them together decides for the compensation and rewards. What are these compensation and rewards? Compensation means whatever an employee is getting out of his intellectual or physical work done for the company. So before deciding about the compensation and rewards, the employer first find out the branded employee, or we can say workhorse, talented workhorse who can take their organization towards the right goal, or who can work for the mission and vision of the organization. So compensation and rewards basically depends on the intellect of a person. Now, there are 3 kinds of quotient: emotional quotient, intellectual quotient, and spiritual quotient. So, out of these 3, intellectual quotient, intellectual quotient, emotional quotient, and spiritual quotient. So out of these three, these two, that is emotional quotient and spiritual quotient, these remains the same. For whole of the life of a person, these remain the same, but intellectual question that gets changed every time. Because what is intellect? Intellect means whatever knowledge you are having in your mind, how you are retaining your skills, your knowledge in your mind. So once you have got some good knowledge and you are not updating that knowledge, that becomes waste. You have to update your knowledge. So whatever compensation you are getting in your organization, that totally depends on intelligence quotient. So for this, organization goes through the process of talent review, and here they integrates with the employer branding. What is this employer branding? Through differentiation. So here we will discuss about the things like, if an employee is working for any organization, and there may be there may be two types of employees, who talented workhorse and those who work without any intention, without any intellect. They are the normal kind of employees. So for talented work employees, employer has to find out about their talents, about their skills, and this here they deal with this talent review process. Here, after finding out the talent in the candidate, they finally place that candidate to the proper location or to the proper job designation. So when you decide about the talent, you select any candidate. So you go for job description and job specification, right? So what is job description here? Job description means what sort of work you will be doing, what are the qualifications required for the job, and how you will work for that. That is job specification. So before assigning any employee to any work, the employer has to go for these two processes. For job description, employer decides for how many manpower planning will be there, how many men will be working for a particular kind of job. For example, we can take the example of any banking sector. Suppose in banks, these days we are using different mobile apps. So in banks, when mobile apps were not there, so what we were actually doing is, we were going from one window to another window just to get our work done. But since the time when we are having mobile apps, so what banks are doing, they are recruiting, they are selecting number of people for their online work. That means those people who are dealing with the IT, who are dealing with the technology. So their workforce will be different. They will not be common kind of employees. So this, while going through this recruitment and selection process, including employer branding and differentiation, this whole thing has been planned. Now, what happens, suppose once this person has been selected. Now, what talent will do with that? So, before going through other training and development or performance management, so that is the most important question for any employer and employer. We have to learn about the culture of the organization. So what is culture actually? Culture means what sort of people are there, what kind of nature, what kind of attitude, what sort of learning they are having with them, and what sort of attitude they have towards their work area or work. So this defines about the culture of any organization. So in order to manage talent of the employees, it is must for every organization or every concerned person at higher level that we cannot change the culture of any organization. We can only amend the culture of the organization, or we can just add some good qualities to the culture of the organization. Because whatever the behavior or whatever the personality of an employee, that totally depends upon the culture of the organization. Sometimes it happens like a skilled person or a talented person gets compensatory amount or rewards in monetary terms, they get less other than those who are getting very high amount and they are doing very less kind of work. So this creates some kind of frustration among the employees. That means those who are talented, they are not getting mixed with the culture of the organization. So for that cultural embeddedness, what organization need to do is they have to introduce some induction or orientation programs for the employees, and that concerns with the training and development of the employee. So what actually this training and development program does here for talent management? They suppose a person is already working on some mobile technology and he knows very well about the concept, but after getting into the work area or through the work culture, the person has to learn many more advanced applications of the mobile. So what they will do, this training and development or the employer side of the organization, they will find out that talented employee, and that talented employee will go through many more skill development programs. So before going to this training and development programs, what organization will have to do is, organization will not only focus about the organization level, they will also focus about the new joinee or about the employee culture. So they have to make him very easy on cultural part. Right now, when this training and development integrates with cultural embeddedness, then it completely goes with the alignment of the strategy with the performance management. Now, what is this alignment strategy? Alignment strategy means here, whatever company or whatever the organization is deciding for achieving the goal of their organization or their company, they will have to align with the strategies, like their recruitment policies may be there, their mission and vision policies will be there. So how the employee or how the talented person is going with the policies of the organization, whether they are working accordingly according to the principles of the organization, or they are not performing well in the organization, then this performance management plays their role. They monitor about the performance of the employees, and if they need any skill improvement, they provide for the mentors or guides to enhance their work skills or to enhance their work area. So after going this, again this wheel comes, and this way we complete the whole process for talent management. So this talent management wheel, as we have already studied about this employer branding through differentiation. So what is this employer branding through differentiation? Employer branding through differentiation means how the employer deals with the working conditions of the employees, how they have different strategies from others. Like some of the employer provides support to their talented employees through the opportunities, like they provide for the work from home, they provide for the hybrid working model, they provide for the crutches, though if they have any women work employees with them, they provide for the crutches or day boarding of their young ones, so they can work well for the organization without bothering about their family. So this creates a lot of differentiation about the employers among employees, because they through this they can understand about the cultural programming of the organization. Now, in this guiding principles, there is the term balancing global and local issues. So what is this balancing global and local issues? Global means we are dealing with the international thoughts, and local means within the particular region of the same country. So when it comes to global, then we have to put our concern about the international HRM. International HRM means International Human Resource Management. These all functions totally depends on the HRM policies or HRM practices of any organization. So while balancing global issues, we have to think about the international HRM, that is International Human Resource Management. What it deals with the cultural diversity, it deals with the language, it deals with the food and religions, and it deals with the many more personality traits, skill development, etc. and etc. So once a person enters in any organization has to deal with, most importantly, with the cultural differences. Suppose a person who goes from India to US, he or she will find a great difference in the livelihood of the other people. How? In India, people survive. In India, people are diverse in numbers of religion, in numbers of culture, etc. But in US or in abroad countries, what we find out that their eating habits are totally different. They have only one religion, that is Christianity. They belong to that particular group and they work according to there. So just to mingle with the other countries organization, person has to learn about the cultural diversity, language differences, communication patterns, their attitudes and their manners. Now, this balancing global and local issues are totally in concern with the cultural embeddedness. What sort of cultures they are having. So, we have already discussed about this all. Now, next term we have with is internal consistency, and this internal consistency integrates with performance management, compensation and rewards. So for any organization, compensation and rewards, these are the internal policies of the organizations. So internal consistency means ideas which are working behind the different principles or different policies. For example, for deciding compensation, these may be compensation and rewards, these may be monetary or non-monetary. So monetary, we all understand, that relates to money. So just to increase the monetary awards of an employee, so there are some policies of any organization that how will they get their compensation, maximum compensation they can get from the organization. For this, some of the time it happens like employees have two questions in their mind. Old employees are there, old employees and new employees. So some of the time it happens like these old employees, although they have good experience, they have good knowledge, but what they feel is they are getting less amount from these new employees. Why is it so? Why they are getting a less amount than these new employees? Why is it so? See, what happens is, in this context, old employees and new employees both have their fixed salary. So fixed salary will always remain the same for them. But from where this difference comes? This difference comes from the variable amount. And what is this variable amount? This variable amount is, that can be the incentives. For example, if we goes for any insurance sector, there people are working for incentives, right? So some of them get good amount in return, some of them get very less amount. So what is the difference? Basically that we always get confused with the concept. See, they both of them have the fixed salary, but depending on the number of policies, they get their incentives. Suppose a person has done 10 policies and a next person has done 8 policies. So whosoever has got 8 policies will get less number of amount. So this way their compensation and rewards get benefited. So here we finish up with this topic of talent management and with the 6 principles of talent management. In next video, we'll be working on the acquisition of talent. Talent acquisition will be the next topic. Till then, bye. See you.